Hi,
Hi Shradha, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yes, tell me.
So good to see you finally. We've met before, I'm sure you may not remember, but this video is specifically around Phoebe and Addy. I hope I got their names
Come here, both of you. Babe. I'll show. I come here. Yes,
right. Okay, so this is Phoebe.
this is Addy.
This is Addy.
Addy.
Hi Addy, how are you doing? Hi. Oh, I'm so happy he's looking at the screen. Where's
See,
Phoebe?
Phoebe, come
Is
here.
Addy the older one?
They both are actually same age.
Okay,
1 month difference.
okay.
They're so restless. Come, Phoebe. Now you come. Phoebe,
Hi Phoebe.
say
Hi
hello.
Phoebe. Hi. I'm sure they're happy to have you around.
Yeah, oh, of course, of course.
Great.
So
So
now he's here sitting downstairs. Both of them are here, but you can't see them,
I
but
know.
they are here. He just show you. You
Sure.
can see them. Kiwi
Hey,
here
Phoebe.
and
Hi.
Addy is here down.
Okay. So cute. I'm sure they're happy. They're excited to have you around all the time.
And yes, these days they have me all the time.
Yeah. So I got this idea when I was watching your video with doctor at Thyrocare. And I noticed that one of them came by when you were doing the video chat. And suddenly I
Yes.
saw your hands go down and you're like petting them. I'm like, I don't think anybody else would have noticed it, but I noticed it. That was so sweet. I think that's my favorite part of your video. And I'm not sure how much time you have. Let me know what is your time limit, like 15, 20 minutes or more. Let me know. I'll keep the conversation around that. So personally, I know you have all the time in the world to talk about your pets because we've had an interaction before. But it's also
Oh,
important.
I love that.
I'm sure.
You know
So
how parents are, right? Any parents you see across the world, if you get them started to talk about their kids, even if they are the most mature and amazing people, they will still fall for it, and they'll still go from one sentence. They'll go on talking and blabbering about their kids,
yeah.
and same here for me.
I'm sure. I'm sure. So we'll keep the interaction as casual as it can get. Absolutely no format. And it's always been lovely talking to you because I know I don't have to wonder. Okay, what do I ask? Do I have to send a set of questions? There's absolutely nothing like that. Hi, baby. Welcome back to the video.
Hmm. So, yes.
Yeah. So tell us all about Phoebe, Addy, and your life with them. And then we'll get to the next points of the discussion about how you're spending time with them now, like during this time.
So see, Addy Phoebe came into my life, and they have been with me since last 10 years. And they came when they were like 2 months, 1 month, 2 months old, and they are part of my life. They mean everything to me. They have given me meaning, purpose, and I always say this, and I think maybe we met earlier. I could have told you this, that to me, we talk about spirituality, and
Yeah.
we talk about experiencing divinity and pure selfless love and God on earth. I think, if you have pets and if you have dogs, then you do experience it every day. Like for me, every morning is waking up to them licking me on the face. So they both sleep next to me, and yeah, at night you sleep with them, you come back, they're so happy to see you. uh, I just can't explain. My life is so rich, thankful, and I have so much to be thankful for because of them.
Right, I'm sure. So it's been 10 years. So do I relate it right that it's around the same time that you started your story? And
Yeah, in fact, uh, they came in my life when I was very, very depressed, to be very honest, and I was just not talking to anyone. And I was not a dog person, by the way. So
Oh,
I
okay.
was like, dogs are for other people, like kids are for other people, and dogs are like there's so much of maintenance. And I used to be very depressed, and I had moved to Bangalore that time. And within my moving to Bangalore, within a month, they came, and I remember not talking to anyone. And when they had come, then I was like, okay, I don't like, okay, you know, the maids will take care of them, and I don't have anything to do. And I used to be like a zombie, depressed. But sometimes, it's like kids, they just come, they enter, and how quickly they just enter your life and your soul and your heart. And I remember Phoebe was one night not well, and she was so baby small. And I was like, okay, I'm not into dogs. And it was her and me at home. And
Okay.
so there was no one else. And I could see that there's something wrong with her. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to bother. But then slowly, then you go and then you touch her. And when dogs are not well, then the snoot is not wet.
Right.
This nose is not wet. So I could see that it was slightly hot and it was dry.
Right.
And then I knew that she's not well. And that night, I think I gave my heart to her
Mhm.
because, uh, uh, I went to this hospital. Uh, I called this pet doctor and he said that, some of the medicines which we get as humans can be given to the dogs also. So he told me, and then I went to this 24/7 chemist shop late in the night. And yeah, and from there I became a mother.
I'm so glad. I'm sure you're a proud mother.
Oh,
Um,
very.
you know, every
Mothers are always proud, na.
of
Mothers तो
course.
किस mother को बच्चे नाकाम भी हो, जैसे झल्ले भी हो, जैसे भी हो, mothers are always proud. So I am very proud.
Right. I think we pet parents carry a different kind of pride, right? Like, so for me also, I have a golden retriever, Charlie. We've spoken about him also earlier. So it so happened that he came into my life around a time when I was like clueless about a lot of things, and it's because of him that I ended up starting a company for pets.
Wow.
Okay. And the beauty is today when someone asks me, I'm like, I think this is actually just my job. This is actually Charlie's company. He's just guiding me through it. Like everything is going without a real plan, and I owe it all to him. So that's great. So Shraddha, how do you manage your time when you're working? Like now, I'm sure it's a relief for all of us. How do you manage? How do your kids manage when you're at work? Do you take them to office?
That's very, very important question. In fact, now that you're asking me, someone was asking the same question 3, 4 days back who wants to get a dog and was saying that how do you do this? Like, because we have to go to office. We are all leading very hectic lives. So I have a full-time cook, come house help. My driver also is here, and I have like guards and people like So there's a whole infrastructure around Addy Phoebe, and all the money, anyways, I earn is for them. So like, so I don't mind. So I'm that way very, you don't think about a day. When it comes to them, then everything has to be proper and taken care of. So yeah, so that takes care of it. And more importantly, whenever I'm in Bangalore and I'm in the city, then I make sure that wherever I am, I come back home and work from home, or and make it up at night. So yeah, because and also my office is very close from where I stay. So I can come in between very quickly to see them if there is some issue or the cook cannot stay or something like that. So to answer Shruti, they are the central piece, and I make sure. And then the cook and my cook is amazing. I think it's like when you become a mother, you have a nanny,
Yeah.
and nanny take care, and the kids get attached. So she is also absolutely in love with them, and I know that she genuinely cares. And in fact, sometimes I get very jealous also. so. So, so I know that they are taken care of, and that's
I
why I
get
can
that
work.
feeling, by the way. I get so
Huh?
possessive. I get that feeling, by the way. I get so possessive when Charlie goes to anybody else other than me. I'm like, I'm here. Like, please don't leave me.
Yeah, yeah. Earlier, I used to when they had come and they were very very young. So suddenly, some people are very attuned to dogs, no, and they can attract dogs. And I was not that person, right? Because I was myself so scared, and then I used to think, "अरे ये तो मेरे बच्चे हैं और ये मेरे पास नहीं है." But yeah, now I love that they have a huge friend circle of their own.
Yeah, of course, not being too philosophical or spiritual, but it's always told that very few people attract unconditional love in some form, and it's a saying that the ones who have dogs attract such unconditional love. So we should credit ourselves for being those few lucky ones.
Yeah, very, very, very
Yeah.
thankful for every day, every day.
Yeah. So you said that you were not too much into dogs. You were not like really used to having dogs around. How did you attract them? Like how did it happen?
Uh, I told you, right? Like, I was very depressed. I was going through, uh, I was very, so I lost my mother, and uh, very suddenly, I mean, a very, very tragic accident. And somewhere it was very difficult for me and still is to adjust to that. And I was under massive depression and didn't want to talk to anyone. And I am generally a very social person and had just become a very different person. And people said that, oh, you know, maybe, why don't you have dogs and all that? And I'm like, not at all.
Hmm.
No, really, I'm not going to have a dog or anyone. Yeah, and then they came in my life, and since then, I am honestly telling you, Shruti, that every day, वो gratitude जो होता है ना,
Yeah.
thanking God
Yeah.
every day, morning and night, I do that because they have brought everything. They brought warmth, love, happiness, generosity, ability to understand what unconditional means. Yeah, everything. And my life has been like 10 years have been blessed because of Addy Phoebe.
Right. I must say this now. It's a very genuine thought that when you agree to have this interaction around your pet, I was very happy. But I'm more happy now because I'm glad that with you, I'm sending this message across to all the people out there who say, I cannot have a dog because it's too much responsibility. I cannot have a dog, not just a dog, pet in any form, right? I cannot have a pet because I don't think I can handle so much responsibility. I go to office, I go for work, I don't have anybody to help. I'm really happy that with you, I'm passing on this message to everybody out there, saying, it's a different feeling. Like you just make your life so suitable around them. Like once you have them, you just don't like. I don't remember the last time we went out on a dinner. We went out for a party. We went out to a friend's house. Like all our social gatherings around the day, because we just don't want to leave Charlie alone. And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like you,
You become house birds, right? Like
yeah,
you just don't want to do things outside because you have to. They're there alone. So yeah,
exactly.
I understand that.
And
Yes.
suddenly you realize that being at home is like the happiest feeling ever. Just cook
Oh
something
yeah,
for them. When are their
absolutely.
birthdays?
It's in May, so around I think 9th or 10th May.
Okay. So are they siblings by birth?
No, they're not siblings.
Okay.
No, no.
Okay.
But we got them from Cessna. It's a pet
Yeah.
clinic. It's a vet place. It's very popular here in Bangalore. And from Dr. Pavan.
Right.
So yeah.
Lovely. So any message out for all the people out there, Shraddha? Tell us all that people need to know about pet parenting.
So I would say a couple of things that, all those things that, oh, I can't handle. I have a busy life. I have a hectic schedule. Like, you were saying that so many excuses that we have in our mind, right? All those things disappear once you have a dog. They guide you to make the right decisions. And I would say that nothing on this earth can compare to the unconditional, not even your closest relationships. I
Yeah.
think maybe your mother could come close to that kind of a relationship because mothers are very giving and loving. So I think that kind of love that you will have in your life would be unprecedented, would be unmatched, and you'll have it every day. But I would say that, you know, being a parent, a pet parent, or being a parent is being a parent. So you have to be responsible. Sometimes, I feel very bad when people get dogs and don't treat them well. and treat them as animals, and differentiate, because you have to, they are babies, and they'll be babies who'll never grow up, and they'll always be babies. And if you have it in your heart to be a parent, then only be a parent, because I have very strong issues with people who don't treat animals well.
Yeah.
I honestly feel very hurt, very pained in my heart, because I've seen many people who didn't have kids, they had dogs, and when they have kids, then they leave the dogs,
Mm.
right? Sometimes leave them on the streets. Like that to me is criminal. That's offensive. That's unacceptable. Like
Yeah.
you're leaving your baby on the street, and I think you have to be ready in your heart. But I can say, if you're ready in your heart to have dogs, I will say that your life will be blessing every day, and nothing. And I'm not saying because I'm so romantically inclined and obsessed, because I have seen that magic, I've seen that change, I've seen that uh, transformation in my own life because of them being around. So if you're ready, go for it, and you'll thank me and thank universe and thank God that all these things came your way. You listened and you made the
Mm.
decision.
I know completely. And it's a very important message right now because we see ever since the COVID-19 started, my company has been actively working with pet parents to make sure that we have online consultations with vets. And the kind of cases we come across like really makes me feel that I have a purpose in life, right? I don't care if my company makes me any money at all, but I feel like I'm the lucky one who's able to serve so many pets through the company. We've had cases where dogs have not been eating for the last couple of days and they don't know what to do. So we organize for a consultation, and it's a different feeling altogether. Like all of a sudden,
Congratulations. Very good. You should pat yourself in the back. And I'm so proud that you're doing this, because this is being human. This is being selfless, and this is doing something. This is phenomenal. I'm so happy you're doing this.
thank you,
Very
Shraddha. By the way, I think this is probably one of the few opportunities I'll get to tell you directly. But if I've become an entrepreneur today, I think it is because of your story. And I'm not saying this just to make you happy, but I must tell you the kind of stories I read growing up. Like I graduated in 2012. By then, your story was picking up. And the kind of stories I read, I would just read stories. I'm like, how's it possible for people to become entrepreneurs? Like, how? Like, how do you do it? and and suddenly I realized that I keep reading stories, and your story made me feel that entrepreneurship is not a big thing, like it's
rocket
not
science.
something that's impossible, right? I don't think I would have become an entrepreneur if not for all the stories on your story. And finally, when I got featured on your story, I was on cloud nine. I'm like, okay, this is success for me.
So I think I wish I could give you a digital hug. Thank you so much. But it shows in your demeanor, it shows in your face the kind of work that you're doing, that happiness, that generosity shows in
Thank
what you're doing. So
I
proud
carry
what
it from you. You are an inspiration that way. And I think we all have a common love for dogs, for pets.
yeah,
That sticks us together.
yeah.
But what I was meaning to say when I started this is, we see so many people abandoning their dogs with the whole rumor around pets spreading corona. Um and I think it's extremely sad to see such cases. So I just hope with this interaction of ours, more and more people get to see that it's not the way they think, and pets are really something that make our lives different. So let us hope that together we're able to spread this message out there. And
I would say that if you want your life to be very happy, beautiful, then nothing can come close to having a pet. And it is your decision whether you want joy, happiness in your life, and if you want uh, your face to glow all the time. You want your life to glow all the time. You want happiness, which is like true. Then you need to have pets. And if you don't, then okay, it's your decision.
like
Yeah.
we said in the video, unconditional love comes to the select few.
Yes.
So if you want to
Yeah.
be the lucky one, just take that step, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much, Shraddha. Lovely, lovely talking to you as always. Like I love.
Thank you so much to you. And honestly, post this. send to Anish. She's here. Anything that we could do, like, and I want to understand what you are actually doing with this, and anything that we can do, partner, collaborate, support, we'd love to do it.
Absolutely. I'll definitely keep you and Anish informed about it. Thank you
Yeah, yeah.
so much. It really
Thank
means a lot.
you
I
so
haven't
much,
seen
my
Phoebe
dear.
and Addy before we end the video.
Oh yeah, Phoebe, come here. Phoebe,
All
come,
about
come,
them.
come, Phoebe, come. Phoebe, come.
And I was just so surprised that I remember their names so well. Initially, I thought the names were Phoebe and Abby, and then I read up to see that it's Addy. I'm like, I don't remember human names so well. How did I remember their names? Like it's.
Thank you so much. Shows that you love dogs. Uh,
They're
Thank
not
you.
around.
Very pampered. They're not coming. So they're very pampered creatures.
I
So,
respect their privacy.
thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Shradha. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.